Good morning, everyone. Let me start with a story. When I was young, I thought the more people knew about me, the more they would like me. I used to share my dreams, my plans, my problems, even my breakfast with everyone around me. You know what I learned? People remember everything, especially the things you wish they'd forget. We live in a world that encourages sharing. Share your photos, share your goals, share your weaknesses. But here's what I've learned from business, from failure, and from people. Don't let people know too much about you. Now, I'm not saying you should be fake. I'm saying you should be smart. You see, when people know everything about you, your plans, your fears, your weaknesses, they gain power over you. Some will use that power to help you, but many, they will use it to judge you, to compete with you, even to block your success. In business, I never share my entire strategy. I share the mission, but not the method. Why? Because mystery is leverage. When people can't predict your next move, they can't stop it. They can only watch it happen. Think of a great chess player. They don't show you all their pieces at once. They move in silence. They win with surprise. It's the same in life. Some of you are working on big goals. That's good. But don't announce everything. Don't post every step. Don't explain every failure. Not because you're hiding, but because not everyone deserves to see your process. Let them see your results. Control your story. Speak when there's something real to say, and remember, the more people know, the more they feel entitled to comment. Silence can't be misquoted. People don't respect noise. They respect results. So build quietly, win loudly, and always keep a little mystery, because privacy is not secrecy. Privacy is power. In a world where everything is shared, tweeted, posted, and recorded, the idea of keeping things to yourself might seem outdated or even suspicious. But the truth is, privacy has never been more powerful or more necessary than it is today. It is not about hiding, it is about protecting. Not about secrecy, but about strategy. We are conditioned to believe that openness equals authenticity, that if you don't share your struggles online, you're being fake. That if you don't post about your plans, you lack confidence. That if you're private, you're hiding something. This mindset has made oversharing the norm and caution look like weakness. But true strength often lives in silence. Privacy is power because it gives you control over your thoughts, your image, your direction. When you don't let the world know everything about you, you retain the ability to move freely. There's no pressure to meet external expectations. There's no spotlight forcing you to perform before you're ready. You can build without interference, learn without judgment, and grow without the noise of other people's opinions echoing in your mind. Think of a seed underground. It doesn't shout, it doesn't post selfies. It works in the dark, quietly, consistently. Then one day it breaks the surface, not as a secret, but as a result. That's the power of privacy. It protects your process while you evolve. One of the greatest risks of letting people know too much about you is that it gives them a map, a blueprint of your mind, your goals, your fears, your past mistakes, your next steps. Once known, these things can be used against you, maybe not always intentionally, but judgment, envy, and sabotage often hide behind smiles and polite conversations. Some people will discourage you the moment they hear your idea, not because the idea is bad, but because they can't imagine you succeeding at it. Others might copy your vision or move faster just to beat you. When you keep your plans to yourself, you don't give anyone a chance to limit them. You stay in control. Privacy also protects your mental peace. The more people know about you, the more they feel entitled to give opinions, advice, or criticism. It becomes difficult to separate your voice from theirs. Every time you share something, you open a door, and once open, people feel they can walk in and rearrange your furniture. The noise grows, the pressure increases, and soon your decisions aren't yours anymore. They're responses to other people's expectations. Another advantage of privacy is the ability to preserve your energy. Explaining yourself constantly is exhausting. Justifying your choices drains your motivation. When you live publicly, you spend more time managing perception than doing real work. But when you operate privately, you get to put your energy where it matters, into execution. In relationships too, Privacy is power, not because you should keep secrets, but because not every part of your life needs to be on display. The most stable people are often the ones who keep their world small and secure. They don't prove their happiness, they live it. They don't advertise loyalty, they practice it. Privacy allows you to make mistakes in peace, recover in silence, and grow without distractions. It gives you the freedom to change your mind without judgment, the freedom to walk away without explanation, the freedom to succeed without noise. People can't attack what they don't see. They can't criticize what they don't know. They can't ruin what they're not invited into. And that's the essence of privacy, not as a wall, but as a filter, not as fear, but as wisdom, not as weakness, but as quiet, deliberate power. In a world obsessed with instant sharing and constant updates, mystery has become a rare and valuable asset. People today often believe that influence comes from being loud, visible, and constantly available. But if you observe truly influential people, leaders, entrepreneurs, artists, you'll notice something else. They don't reveal everything. They keep a part of themselves hidden. And this mystery is exactly what builds their influence. Mystery creates curiosity. Curiosity is a powerful human emotion. When people don't have all the answers about you, your thoughts, your plans, your motivations, they become more interested. They want to know more. This natural desire to understand drives attention and respect. It pulls people in rather than pushing them away. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who shared every detail of their life immediately? Usually the response is exhaustion or disinterest. Now contrast that with someone who shares just enough, just the highlights, just the lessons, just the victories, and leaves the rest unsaid. That person feels more intriguing, more valuable, almost like a puzzle you want to solve. Influence is not about flooding others with information. It's about creating a space where your ideas and actions speak louder than your words. When you keep some things to yourself, you invite others to pay closer attention. You give weight to what you do say because it's clear and deliberate. Your silence becomes meaningful. Mystery also protects your power in negotiations, relationships, and business. If people know exactly what you want, how you think, or what you fear, they can predict your moves and counter them. But when you keep your intentions vague or reveal them selectively, you keep others guessing. You maintain the upper hand. This is a strategic advantage in any field. Look at history's greatest leaders and innovators. They rarely laid all their cards on the table. Instead, they allowed others to speculate about their next move, which in turn gave them space to maneuver without pressure. Their quiet confidence and selective sharing made them appear wiser, more composed, and more in control. This aura of mystery draws people to follow, not because of flashy displays, but because of trust in their deliberate calm. In everyday life, mystery helps manage expectations and preserve dignity. When you don't reveal all your struggles or weaknesses, people are less likely to judge you harshly or doubt your capabilities. You control the narrative about who you are. You show your best face and save the rest for yourself. This not only builds respect, but also protects your emotional well-being. Mystery also cultivates a sense of respect because it signals that you value your time and energy. When you don't overshare, you communicate boundaries without saying a word. You make it clear that your attention is selective and that you don't give it away freely. People naturally respect those who are discerning with their presence and conversation. Furthermore, mystery inspires creativity in others. When people don't know every detail, they fill in the gaps with their imagination. This mental engagement makes your presence more impactful. You become a source of inspiration and intrigue rather than just information. In personal relationships, mystery keeps the connection alive. Revealing everything too soon can remove the excitement of discovery. Mystery invites continuous learning and deepening of bonds over time. It allows people to see new facets of you gradually, building trust and affection on a foundation of curiosity and respect. On a deeper level, mystery reflects self-mastery. It means you have the confidence to hold parts of yourself back, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. It shows you understand that influence is not about being known by everyone, but about being respected by those who matter. It means you don't need constant validation because your sense of self is secure. In a noisy world where everyone competes to be heard, mystery is the quiet force that commands attention without demanding it. It's the pause before the answer, the shadow behind the light, the silence that makes the music stand out. It builds influence not through volume but through presence. One of the most important lessons you can learn in life is that not everyone deserves access to your inner world, your plans, or your vulnerabilities. This is not about being cold or mistrusting. It is about protecting your energy, your focus, and your future. In a world connected by endless channels, social media, messaging apps, and casual encounters, it's easy to forget that access is a privilege, not a right. From the moment you begin to share too much with the wrong people, you risk losing control over your own story. Some people might seem supportive, but their support can come with conditions, expectations, or even hidden agendas. Others might appear neutral, but unconsciously they judge or compare themselves to you. When you give everyone unrestricted access to your life, you invite unnecessary complications and distractions. Not everyone deserves access because people are not equal in their intentions, trustworthiness, or impact on your journey. Some are genuinely interested in helping you grow, while others may simply want to benefit from your knowledge or success without offering real support. The wise choose carefully who to invite into their circle. Access means more than just knowing your secrets. It means being involved in your decisions, seeing your weaknesses, and sometimes even influencing your direction. This kind of access should be earned through trust, respect, and shared values, not granted out of convenience or loneliness. In business, for example, oversharing your ideas or struggles can lead to lost opportunities. Competitors might exploit your vulnerabilities or steal your ideas. Even well-meaning acquaintances can inadvertently spread your information in ways that damage your reputation or confidence. Protecting access to your thoughts and plans is a strategic move that safeguards your success. On a personal level, not everyone deserves access to your emotions. Emotional oversharing can create unhealthy dependencies or expectations. When you share too much too soon, people may misunderstand your boundaries or take advantage of your kindness. Keeping your emotional life private helps you maintain strength and clarity in relationships. Choosing who deserves access also means recognizing that not all relationships are equal or permanent. Some friends and partners will stay for life. Others are passing chapters in your story. Granting deep access too early can blur these distinctions and lead to unnecessary pain or betrayal. A wise person keeps some doors closed until trust has been proven. Another reason not everyone deserves access is to avoid the burden of judgment. When your thoughts, plans, or struggles are widely known, they become public property. People form opinions, sometimes harsh ones, based on incomplete or biased information. The fewer people who truly know your full context, the less you expose yourself to misunderstanding and criticism. Furthermore, controlling access helps maintain your personal brand. In the professional world, how much you reveal can influence others' perceptions of your competence and reliability. Oversharing weaknesses or frustrations might undermine others' confidence in your leadership or abilities. Keeping certain things, private projects, professionalism, and self-control. Granting access selectively is also a form of self-respect. It communicates that you value yourself enough to protect your vulnerabilities and aspirations. It sends a message that your time, energy, and trust are valuable commodities, not to be wasted or taken for granted. This kind of respect often leads others to treat you with greater respect in return. In practice, this means creating boundaries. It means asking yourself before sharing, does this person need to know this? Will sharing this help or harm me? Can I trust this person with this information? These questions help maintain your inner circle, a place where your true self can thrive without fear. Not everyone deserves access because your life is your responsibility, and part of that responsibility is guarding your personal space. You cannot control how people will use the information you share, but you can control how much you reveal. You can protect your goals from gossip, your fears from pity, and your strengths from envy. Ultimately, granting access selectively allows you to focus on what matters, on your growth, your relationships that uplift, and your vision for the future. It helps you build a strong foundation of trust and authenticity with those who genuinely deserve a place in your life while keeping distractions and negativity at bay. In today's hyper-connected world, where information spreads faster than ever, controlling your narrative has become one of the most crucial skills you can master. Your narrative is the story people tell about you, the interpretation of your actions, your successes, your failures, and ultimately, your identity. If you don't control your narrative, others will, and often to your detriment. Many people underestimate how much power there is in shaping the story around themselves. We tend to think that facts alone speak for themselves, but in reality, people interpret facts through their own biases, assumptions, and incomplete understanding. Without deliberate guidance, your story becomes fragmented, misunderstood, or even manipulated by others. Controlling the narrative starts with being intentional about what you share and how you share it. It's about choosing which parts of your life or work you reveal and which you hold back. It means not just reacting to events, but proactively framing them in a way that aligns with your values, goals, and the image you want to build. One of the biggest mistakes people make is oversharing or revealing too much too soon, thinking transparency equals trust. While openness can foster connection, oversharing can also lead to misinterpretation or exploitation. When every detail is out in the open, others fill in the gaps with their assumptions, and those assumptions might not serve you well. By controlling your narrative, you decide how your journey is understood. For example, if you experience failure, instead of letting it define you negatively, you frame it as a lesson, a stepping stone, or a necessary part of growth. If you achieve success, you highlight the hard work and values behind it rather than just the end result. This framing shapes how people perceive your character, your resilience, and your credibility. Controlling the narrative also means being selective with your audience. Not everyone needs to hear every detail. Tailor your message based on who you are speaking to and what you want to achieve with them. In business, this could mean sharing your vision with investors, but keeping operational challenges private. In personal relationships, it might mean protecting sensitive information to maintain trust and respect. Another important aspect is consistency. A narrative that shifts dramatically without explanation creates confusion and erodes trust. If your words and actions tell different stories, people become skeptical. When you control the narrative, you ensure your communication, whether verbal, written, or through behavior, aligns with your core values and long-term goals. This consistency builds a strong personal or professional brand. Social media, while a powerful tool, makes controlling your narrative more challenging. The platform invites constant commentary, rumors, and sometimes outright misinformation. Without careful management, a single post or statement can be taken out of context and spread widely. Controlling your narrative online requires a strategic approach, knowing when to speak, what to share, and how to respond to criticism or falsehoods. It's also essential to recognize that controlling the narrative doesn't mean controlling the truth. It means controlling the context and emphasis around the truth. Everyone has a story, but the way it's told can highlight strengths instead of weaknesses, opportunities instead of obstacles, and intentions instead of mistakes. By taking ownership of your story, you empower yourself. You stop being a passive character in your own life and become the author. This shift in mindset changes how you handle challenges and successes alike. When you control the narrative, setbacks become strategic pauses rather than failures, and progress is celebrated with intention rather than left to chance. In leadership and entrepreneurship, controlling the narrative is critical for inspiring trust and rallying support. People want to follow leaders who appear authentic, confident, and clear about their purpose. When a leader controls their narrative, they manage expectations, reduce misunderstandings, and build stronger alliances. Ultimately, controlling the narrative is about taking responsibility for your image and your legacy. It's a conscious practice of managing perception, communication, and impact. It requires discipline, clarity, and sometimes restraint. But in a world filled with noise and misinformation, those who master this art stand out, not just for what they do, but for the story they choose to tell. In a world full of promises, plans, and endless talking, one of the most powerful things you can do is simply let your results speak for themselves. Words are easy, and anyone can talk about what they want to achieve or how great their ideas are, but results, real tangible outcomes, are the proof that separates dreamers from doers. There is a natural temptation, especially in the age of social media, to announce every plan, every goal, and every minor achievement. We want validation, recognition, and sometimes to inspire others with our vision. But this constant need to broadcast can backfire. When you talk too much and deliver too little, people start to doubt you. Your credibility erodes and your influence weakens. Letting results speak means focusing more on action and less on explanation. It means spending your energy on doing the work, improving your skills, and solving problems, rather than on convincing others of your potential. When you prioritize results over words, you build trust organically. People notice when you consistently deliver, even if you say little. Results are objective and difficult to dispute. While opinions and stories can be challenged, the outcome of your efforts is concrete evidence of your ability and commitment. Whether it's a business that grows steadily, a project completed on time, or personal goals met against odds, results carry undeniable weight. Another important aspect of letting results speak is the avoidance of unnecessary distractions. When you announce every intention or goal prematurely, you expose yourself to external pressure, unsolicited advice, and criticism. This noise can distract you from your path, shake your confidence, or create unnecessary expectations that are hard to fulfill. By keeping your plans private until you've made significant progress, you protect your focus and energy. There's also a psychological advantage to this approach. When you work quietly and let results reveal your capabilities, you reduce stress. You're not burdened by the fear of public failure or the need to explain setbacks in real time. Instead, you create a space to experiment, learn, and grow without the glare of constant scrutiny. Historically, some of the most successful people in companies are those who acted first and talked later. Their reputation was built on achievements, not empty promises. Their silence before success made their eventual breakthroughs even more impactful. This approach creates a sense of authenticity and humility, which often resonates more deeply with others. In addition, letting results speak aligns with a long-term mindset. It's easy to get caught up in short-term applause from announcements or social media likes, but real influence and respect come from sustained effort and proven success over time. When you focus on delivering results, you invest in your legacy rather than temporary popularity. This principle applies not only in professional settings, but also in personal development. Rather than telling everyone about the new habits you plan to adopt or the goals you intend to reach, embody those changes quietly. People will notice your transformation naturally and may even be inspired by your example without you needing to broadcast it. Letting results speak also empowers you to avoid comparison and competition that can arise from premature disclosure. When you keep your progress private, you're less vulnerable to distractions caused by envy, skepticism, or competition. You remain centered on your own journey and measure success by your standards, not by others' opinions. Moreover, results create opportunities that words cannot. When you show consistent success, doors open, partnerships form, and new possibilities emerge organically. People want to associate with those who deliver because results build confidence and trust. In contrast, those who only talk without showing progress are often overlooked or dismissed. In essence, letting results speak is a form of quiet leadership. It's about demonstrating your value through actions rather than words, allowing your achievements to build your reputation naturally. This approach fosters respect, credibility, and influence that stand the test of time. Ultimately, focusing on results means dedicating yourself to the craft of doing, improving, and delivering. It means understanding that success is not built on announcements, but on consistent performance. It's a reminder that real power comes from action, and that silence combined with results can be louder than any words. In conclusion, today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, guarding your personal information and emotions is more than just a precaution. It's a strategic necessity. When you don't let people know too much about you, you retain control over your narrative, Protect your energy and maintain the power to grow on your own terms. Privacy is not about secrecy or fear. It's about strength, wisdom, and deliberate focus. By keeping certain parts of your life private, you create mystery that draws respect and curiosity while shielding yourself from unnecessary judgment, envy, and interference. Not everyone deserves access to your thoughts, plans, or vulnerabilities. Selectivity in what you share protects you from distractions and potential harm.